Hello guys, welcome back. Konnichiwa. Herzlich willkommen. Hey my friends, update here on SMCI Super Microcomputer Stock. Yeah, guys, there are stocks in the market where I'm bullish and where I'm bearish. Many stocks which I usually trade, I just trade for some kind of squeezes here. You can see that we had here on SMCI after the all-time high here, 122%. Yes, we have some squeezes, but only small squeezes here. This is what I also love to do here, guys. So it's not only about finding here bullish stocks for long-term investment, which is SMCI, yeah. And yeah, I also trade here a lot of short squeeze stocks, and of course I also try to predict short squeezes here, guys. I'm talking about SMCI since months on my channel, and especially when we had this price action here in October 2024, that was the moment where I started to release videos on SMCI, because I knew there is never, of course, a 100% guarantee, guys, but I knew for myself that here will be a squeeze coming and that this is just a shakeout before we see a continuation of this overall bull trend. Now we have here 223% plus, and now we have to talk about this, guys, because this is a very important price level right now, which we have to understand, and we have to see the bull and the bear case now for SMCI. So long intro. Everything, of course, guys, what I say here is not financial advice. This is my opinion based on the chart. Yeah, before we continue, guys, here, it's of course a very nice breakout, and as I said, very predictable. I'm not surprised by that, guys, and I always try here to talk about short squeezes, and not only talk about them, I try to predict them. The market started yesterday here with a 207% short squeeze from one of my hot stocks here. I release every Sunday my so-called hot stocks, guys. Yeah, if you don't know what that is, or if you're new to that channel here, when I release a hot stock video, that means that I expect those tickers to squeeze in the very few next days. There is no guarantee, guys, not for SMCI, not for any other stock, but a lot of things are predictable, and you can see that this ticker here exactly touched the bottom of my liquidity zone, the algo liquidity zone, before we had here our 207% short squeeze. Also last week we had two big squeezes here. This one here, 122%. That was one of my Patreon swing trade alerts here, which I posted on that day on Patreon, and then immediately this ticker started to squeeze. And also one of my Patreon swing trade alerts also squeezed 150%. Here was the release date. You can see small shakeout and then squeeze, guys. So it's very possible to predict short squeezes, and that's what I also will do for SMCI in this video here. If you want to see the other short squeeze play as well, guys, you can join our trading community here on Patreon. The full package membership, guys, is where every day new members joining in, I will tell you, we will become a very big and strong trading community. We're growing every day. I have just this channel here since more or less, yeah, not 2 years, 1.5 years, and we growing and growing, guys. So we will become very big, and if you want to become a part of that, you can click here the info card in the corner to get access to this Patreon member link. So guys, that was a long intro, blah blah blah. Let's talk about SMCI. So why I'm not surprised by that, it's very simple, guys. When I disable here the indicators for a second, this is my chart. This has been my chart since months. I never change or adjust my charts, guys. It's very simple, yeah. And I just added now for you here this Fibonacci retracement, explain you that in a second. But the most important thing is that we have this trend channel pattern for SMCI. This is the, let's call it even, we talk here about a price action here now from March 2024. Now we have February 2025. You know, I usually would not call it a micro pattern, but in an overall view here on SMCI in the last 2 or 3 years, we have, of course, a very strong uptrend pattern here. And this, guys, this, when you see price actions like that, even we had here a lot of gap downs, but you have to understand where the algos are waiting here and where the real support is waiting. So even if we have a gap down, a gap down, a gap down, a lot of gap downs in the chart, you have to understand where the algos waiting to buy the dip. That's why I made this liquidity zone here for SMCI between $33 and $22 or $23, where I said I expect the support to happen, and the perfect dip for me would be $16. It was not on the dot $16. We had the support here at $17.27, but that is what I always said on SMCI, that we will see here a squeeze. And now, guys, we have our squeeze. Why do we have a squeeze right now? Because for the first time ever since March 2024, we broke this bearish trend line, guys. Yeah, this algo trend line here, I marked that here with the fat line in the chart. We broke that line, and I always said that the price target for SMCI is this yellow box, and especially $57.81 is what the algos have to fulfill. The algos have to close that price level. When I say have to, that means that the chance is about 90%. Yeah, there is no guarantee, guys, and this is not financial advice. This is simply algo trading, guys. It has nothing to do with news or whatsoever. Yeah, this is what the market makers do. And yeah, guys, if you didn't see that here in the chart, in the daily chart, $57. Also, when we zoom in, I show you that here, guys. Here, this yellow box, the top line of this yellow box is $57.81. This is not a box which I just draw here in the chart. This is the price goal, which I also had here for my personal trade. I am super bullish on SMCI, don't get me wrong, but that was exactly the price action which I expected since months. And when we now go here and check what happened in the aftermarket yesterday, yo, et voila, guys. Yeah, there we are, guys. So you can see that SMCI hit my price level and still is pumping here. So the point what we have to understand is that this is the beginning of a bullish reversal for SMCI. Yeah, if they don't dilute here the hell out of the stocks, which I don't expect, because we had here a stock split, not a reverse stock split. They performed here a stock split on that day here, guys, and there is no reason. I see no financial reason or technical reason why SMCI should perform here dilution for this ticket. It just makes no sense. But in case they do, guys, of course, the bullish reversal might be a fake out, but I don't believe that here based on the information we have today. I also explained to you in my latest videos that we have this kind of wedge pattern here. This fat white line is the bullish support, guys. That was just a shakeout here. So when you see something like that the ticker is start here to create a shakeout, which means a gap down. The bottom line of our liquidity zone was here in the $23 range. You can see when we touched this trend line here once, the price bounced back, and then the market makers created this kind of gap down here once, again a gap down here, and a gap down as well. This is what in trading is called a knife. This is what market makers do to shake retail out of their positions, and this is what I love to buy personally, the dip, before the rip. And you can see then we came back with a gap up over this trend line, retested this white trend line here with this candle here in February 2025. And now, guys, we have our first and final algo breakout. So what is next for SMCI, guys? That was the price action which I expected to happen. So which means today we should see here a price of $57-58 for SMCI, and we have to wait now what happens next in the market, because SMCI is of course now overbought. We have here a beginning of a bullish reversal, but we also gapped down here a couple of times. So it is possible that we come back here, guys, in the $36 range or even $30 range. Usually I expect now that $30 is our support. So everybody who missed the squeeze here, make your own due diligence. But technically, we should find support here on this white trend line here. Even if we come down here, that is no problem, guys. I mentioned that already. This pattern here will come to an end very soon. You can see in May 2025 here is already the last touch point. That doesn't mean that we cannot go lower, guys, but it's just not, it just makes no sense. That in the long term I am super bullish on SMCI, and I can already tell you here the next price level to the upside. It might be that we retest here this trend line or even come down and close these gaps. As I said, $30 should be our support right now. The next price goes to the upside here, and that's why I made this Fibonacci retracement here for you guys. I can show you that really quick here. We have our new golden pocket waiting here between $84 and $83 here. This is the next price goal which we have, and of course we know that we have here an open gap waiting. I can delete it right now, we don't need that anymore. We have an open gap waiting here at $65. This is the next price goal here for SMCI. Also we had this open gap waiting here in the chart at $51. You can see this open gap here has never been filled from August 2024, and now you can see when we measure that here as well. That's what I always say, guys, we love these kind of gap downs. It took 175 days. This is a long period of time, 6 months, but you can see sooner or later here this gap has been filled, guys. Very simple, yeah. So these are the next price goals here for SMCI. As I said, be careful here with FOMOing in. We have here 1, 2, 3 gap ups. Usually the algos close these gaps, but based here on the history of the stock, this white trend line here is our support for SMCI, guys. Yeah, if you want to copy here my price levels and lines, I think we don't need the indicators, guys. This is what you can focus on, and I draw for you here as well the open gap which we have here at $65. This is one of the next price goals, guys. And if you want to copy here my price goals for SMCI, this is everything based on TradingView, what you see here. Next big golden pocket is waiting here at $84. $65 is the open gap. If you want to copy these lines here, guys, yeah, from my chart, if you want to learn trading, please, guys, invest in yourself. Watch my videos. I would be very happy about that, of course, and get yourself a good chart tool. I use here TradingView for all my videos and all my trades, and that's why I recommend this program and all my videos here. I have a $15 discount link available on the premium tier. So when you click here the info card in the corner, you also get access to this Patreon discount link. Guys, follow me on X. I just released here a couple of information about SMCI and all the other stocks, guys. So you will also find here everything in the video description. I wish you great success with SMCI. Keep that stock on your radar, guys. We see here a bigger squeeze coming soon, and we have, of course, much higher price goals. I don't want to hype you up too much here, so let's enjoy the first squeeze attempt here. And being that said, thank you for watching this video and see you in the next one. Arigato gozaimasu, vielen Dank, alles Gute, bis zum nächsten SMCI Video. Take care. Bye bye, guys.